Lesson 60 is on fractional part of a number and percent of a number. The book starts off by saying we can solve fractional part of a number problems by translating the question into an equation and then solving the equation. What that means is basically we replace the word is with an equal sign. Then we replace the word of with a multiplication sign. Let's take a look at example 1. Example 1 says, what number is 0.06 of 31? What number do we know? No. So we're just going to pick a variable. Well, I'm going to pick the variable n. So some number is, remember from up above, we use as our equal sign, and then 0.6 stays the same, and we replace of with a times sign, and we can write 31. Now it's a problem that we can solve. When we multiply 0.6 times 31, we get 18.6. So that number is 18.6. In example 2, it says 3/5 of is our multiplication sign, 120 is, remember, we replace with our equal sign. What number? We don't know what it is, so we replace it with n. Now we just multiply. I can cancel the 5 and the 120. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 120 24 times. Now all I'm left with, if I rewrite my problem, is 3 times 24 equals n. When I multiply that out, I get 72 is equal to that number that we were looking for. We can translate percent problems into equations in the same way as we did in examples 1 and 2, but we have to convert the percent to either a decimal or a fraction. Let's take a look at example 3. This will make more sense. The jacket sold for $75. 40% of the selling price was profit. So how much money is 40% of $75? Okay, the important part in example 3 is the last part of our word problem here. How much money? Do we know that? No. So I'm going to put that as our unknown number, just like we did in examples 1 and 2. Is, remember from examples 1 and 2, is the equal sign. 40%, I'm just going to write it as a percent for now. Yes, we have to convert it into a fraction or a decimal, but let's get all our information first. Of is the multiplication sign, and then $75, we can bring that down with it. So now we have a problem that's very similar to examples 1 and 2. We just have to deal with this 40% here. So we have n is equal to, let's convert it to a decimal. Remember, when we're converting fractions to a decimal, we have to move our decimal 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So therefore, to make it a decimal, it becomes 0.4. Now, we just rewrite the problem, and we are able to solve. When we take 4/10 times 75, just like it is here, 4/10 times 75, we get $30. Now I'm going to show you the same problem, and I'm going to solve it, except for instead of solving it with a decimal, let's solve it with a percent or fraction. Fraction. Okay, so I have some number is 40% of 75. 40% can be written 40 over 100 because percent is out of 100. If I drop my zeros, I'm down to 4/10. Then I can reduce that even more because 2 goes into both of those numbers, and I'm left with 2/5. So now I rewrite the problem. Some number is 2/5 of 75. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 75 15 times, and I'm left with 2 times 15, which is equal to $30. Both ways work. It's just whichever way is easiest for you is the way that I want you to use. In example 4, it says, a certain used car salesman receives a commission of 8% of the selling price of a car. Let's write an equation based on that first sentence. Commission is equal to 8% of the selling price, if I'm going to put SP for selling price. Now, you have to fill in what you know. The second sentence is going to fill us in on some things that we can use in our equation. If the salesperson sells a car for $10,800, how much is the salesperson's commission? $10,800 is the sale price, so we're going to fill it in for our SP, or our sale price, in our equation. Rewriting it, remember, you have to convert 8% to a decimal. I think it's easier to use the decimal in this case. 0.08 times the sale price of $10,800 is the commission. When you compute this out, you in fact get 800. Commission is equal to $864. Example 5, it says, a bike is on sale for $119.95. If the tax rate is 6%, what is the tax on the bicycle? Tax, you would just multiply by $119.95. Okay, our tax is 6%, so therefore 6% of $119.95. You have to convert your percent to a decimal. 0.06 times $119.95. When you compute that out, you get $7.20. That's part A. That's just the tax is worth $7.20. So part B just asks, what's the total price including tax? Well, it was originally $19.95 with tax. We have to add $7.20. When we add that, we get $127.15. Your assignment to bring to class would be the practice on page 423, letters A, C, D, E, and G.